Hello, everyone. This is Sacktown Slam with your host Gary Maloney. Before I get to the what happened on Smackdown, apparently Ryan Satin and Pro Wrestling Sheet have reported that Neville on Monday walked out of Monday Night Raw. He was the one that was supposed to win the Cruiserweight title. He walked out because he was unhappy with his standing with the company, didn't want to lose to a guy like Enzo, and WWE now facing the repercussions of putting Enzo as the Cruiserweight champion by losing yet another prime talent in freaking Neville. If this is true, oh my gosh. I mean, you may as well pack up your Cruiserweight division and end it right now. Because if Neville walks away, then that's it. I mean, honestly, Neville deserved a rematch. But if Neville's not going to get it, then what's your point? As far as I'm concerned, just end it now. Because that division is nothing without Neville. And I repeat, it is nothing without Neville. That man outed Austin Aries from the division. And at this point, the way you're pigeonholing the cruiserweights, everyone may as well just leave. You've already outed Austin Aries earlier this year. Now you outed Neville. Who's next? I mean, that's really my point. Who's next? At this point in time, why is it that everyone leaves that is from the Cruiserweight division? I mean, I do not want to see Neville go. Neville is perfect for the Intercontinental Division or the U.S. Division, whatever mid-card division you want to put him in. He could have been WWE Champion, but he swam in that sea of fucking mediocrity for years. And you know what? The saddest part about it is his longest reign as champion was in the Cruiserweight division, and the match he will most be remembered for is either the one he had against Austin Aries at WrestleMania this year, or the match he had against Stephen Amell. That is sad. That is very sad. Anyway, getting to Smackdown. So, it was in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Van Andel Arena. So, welcome to Smackdown Live. There was a video package about Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. We'll get to that in a minute. Then the Usos came down, and this was interesting. Usos wanted to face New Day face-to-face. And it wasn't to start a fight. It was to essentially tell them, hey, we respect you. Because you and I, we the best in this division. Ain't nobody better than we are. That is, I don't need to read all this. Because that's essentially the brunt of it. And, for the Usos and the New Day to acknowledge each other in that way, I think that's cool. When a heel can be like, I don't like you, but I respect you. See, that's the kind of edgier shit that we need to see more of. When a bad guy isn't like, I don't like you because they told me not to like you. Nah. When you've gone through a Hell in a Cell and you both walk out of Hell in a Cell, you've put a lot of hurting on your enemy. So good on the Usos for putting on that kind of a promo. I mean, that was cool. That was cool. After they got done talking, you had a lot of tag teams come out. You had the Hype Bros come out. Then then you had Gable and Benjamin be like, y'all be at the back of the line because we won and y'all lost, so get to the back of the line. Then, oh my God, the Fashion Police are actually in a match. Seriously. I mean, no more stupid fucking Fashion Files. Yay! Then after they came out, you had the Ascension come out because they did not want to be friends. In case you guys didn't know, that was a joke from the Fashion Files during the pay-per-view. So, after all the teams came out, Daniel Bryan said, you 4 tag teams are going to be in a fatal 4-way tag team match where you can just tag whoever the fuck you want, apparently. And, whoever gets the first pin is the tag team that wins. I'm going to tell you something. Oh my goodness. Fashion Police came very close to winning that a few times. And I'm very sad that they didn't. I figured it wasn't going to be the Hype Bros. I figured that, maybe, and I figured it wasn't going to be the Hype Bros, and I figured it wasn't going to be Ascension. Though I have to say, the Ascension looks way better than they did a few months ago. I have to be honest, they were very good. So, Gable starts things off with Victor. Gable takes it to him, and then Shelton Benjamin tags in and picks up the offense. Benjamin slams Victor, but then Gable tags back in, and Victor starts turning it around. He gets an arm lock on Gable. Irish whip, and Gable counters with an arm drag. Victor drives Gable back to the corner, and then Connor tags in. Gable gets leveled by the Ascension team maneuver, and that's what I mean. They pulled that up and over move where they hit him from up above and then hit him from the legs, and that looks so clean. If they've been working at the Performance Center to make themselves look better, good. Because this tag division needs a spit shine. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anyway, and then after that, all the teams pile in the ring and end up at a standoff. Commercial break, but it did kind of show it in the corner, and they were just kind of like, I'm going to beat you up. Well, I'm going to beat you up. Well, then I'm going to beat you up. Kind of one of those big-ass dog piles where people are just throwing haymakers everywhere. Back again, and Mojo is whipping Tyler Breeze from the corner to corner, and then plants him with a tilt-a-whirl slam for a 2 count. He drives Breeze back into the corner, and then Zack Ryder tacks in. Ryder is about to come off the top rope when Connor pushes him, and he falls awkwardly into Mojo, who's holding Breeze up for a move. The Hype Bros argue momentarily, which, break up or shut up already, Hype Bros. This is getting fucking old. This is, the 4th or 5th match they've done this? Give it a break already. I'm done. Either go heel or break up. Do something. But you look like a bunch of stooges out there. Really. I mean, is in terms of tag teams, this is like the doofus team now. Anyway, then all hell breaks loose in the ring involving everyone until Benjamin and Gable clear the ring of everyone. They just are throwing everyone outside the ring, just chucking people out. They set up for their team finisher, but Fandango pushes Gable off the top rope. Breezango tries to put it together, but then they are beaten back. Benjamin and Gable end up hitting their finisher, which is like Gable holds him up for a power bomb. Or excuse me, not Gable. Benjamin holds him up for a power bomb, and then Gable kind of hits like a leg drop. And they finish on Breeze for the 3 count to become the number 1 contenders. So Gable and Benjamin right now are the number 1 contenders for the tag team championships at what will more than likely be a Smackdown in between now and Survivor Series. I think they're gearing up for that. So, so after that, all the women are in the locker room. They're like, well, I should be the Women's Revolution. No, I'm the Women's Revolution. And then essentially, the Natalya starts talking shit about Charlotte, and then a huge brawl breaks out inside what looks to be catering. A brawl in catering. Go figure. But seriously, I mean, it was just it was a dumb segment, so it wasn't that big a deal. Then United States champion Baron Corbin is interviewed backstage, says that the match for the title will just be a squashed opportunity for the former champion, blah, blah, blah. Singles match, Carmella versus Becky Lynch. They start brawling, and at this match, James Ellsworth is still chained up like a dog. Why the fuck is he even there? What does he add to the show at this point? He's not allowed to speak. He's chained up like a dog. He does nothing. I don't even know what his point of his character is anymore. What prerogative he has. Because this is just, why do I care? Why? Make me care. Otherwise, fire him and get your pyro back, bro. Because this is just like, no. Like, this is like disgusting in the way that I just think of disgusting. This is some really just weird out there kind of shit, and I find it just dumb. I do. Like, what's your angle here? Anyway, they start brawling to begin the match. Lynch hit a suplex and then Carmella hit the floor. Carmella fought back with right hands after James Ellsworth distracted Lynch. Back in the ring, Carmella worked over and let the left shoulder of Lynch. Moments later, Lynch landed a series of kicks and uppercuts. Carmella hit with a big boot in the corner, but Carmella Carmella locked in. Okay, Becky Lynch was the one that locked in the disarmer out of nowhere to win. So, yeah, this guy needs to get his spelling right. But yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, and the match was very short and concise, and the winner was Becky Lynch because Carmella tapped. Really, Carmella doesn't have to worry about shit until she has a briefcase. Now, the next segment was very interesting. It was with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, when Sami Zayn came out and they finally let him talk, and I'm just gonna, open up with this and just call this like it is. Sami Zayn was like, I had a flash. I told him not to do it, and he did it. And, on Raw, no one wanted to listen to me. No one wanted me to do anything. I was, proclaimed as this, underdog and carried everything on my back and carried the fans on my back for years and got out of it. And then he was like, well, rolling his eyes because he's never had a goddamn title reign in his whole life. So the outside NXT, he had one title reign, and that was in the undercard NXT. Bottom line, he was like, no one listened to me. And so that's why I did what I did. And then when I was brought here to Smackdown Live, Shane McMahon had one meeting with me telling me this is going to be the land of opportunity. And I haven't gotten any opportunities. So he was like, that's why I did what I did. It was a great fucking promo by Sami Zayn. The crowd kind of had a mixed reaction to it, like, we understand, because I understand. And this was a great angle for them to work. My only issue is I'm kind of getting tired of the whole best friend angle with Kevin Owens. I think that this angle originally, or the one originally on Raw, should have been him and Sami Zayn. I think that Jericho should have been working something different. But I like this. Obviously, next week's Raw, seeing as he didn't get traded, I don't see him going anywhere. I think he will. I think that was a typo. But, the fact is that these two are going to be a tandem. He was like, thank you for showing me the reality of the situation, because I've sat there and tried to be the good guy, the one that everyone loved, and yet got nothing out of it. But you've been a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, a U.S. Champion, a Universal Champion, and just named off all these accolades that Kevin Owens had versus what he did not have. It was a beautiful segment. And I really have to say, if this is where Sami Zayn is headed, then, good on Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn is, I like what they're thinking. Okay, tag team match. Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton versus Rusev and Aiden English. Does anyone even give a fuck? Just because you job out Rusev again and Aiden English again to Randy Orton and Nakamura, that's not going to wipe the stain off Nakamura that he was jobbed out. That's not going to wipe off the stain off of any of these wrestlers. That's not going to wipe off anyone's stain. The only one going into that match with a stain, or without a stain, is Randy Orton. It's freaking ridiculous. So I just like the match wasn't all that great, and it was very formulaic, and essentially, it went over a commercial break, and the way it ended was Nakamura got a Kinshasa on Aiden English, and then Randy Orton got an RKO on Rusev. Who cares? I mean, and the as Nakamura pinned for the win on Aiden English. Again, who cares? You fucked over one of your best superstars, and now you throw him against Aiden English. Really? Like you have to you have a guy like Neville walking out and wanting to dissolve his contract. Do you honestly believe that Nakamura won't do the same? I'm going to be honest and be real with you right now. After hearing that Neville wants out, if you let Neville out, you are opening the floodgates of fucking Armageddon there. So, A, you better get that cruiserweight title back on Neville, lickety split. Number 2, you better get that WWE title on Nakamura, lickety split. Otherwise, you're going to lose Nakamura. And that is not a prediction. That is a fucking guarantee. Because Nakamura is better than this. Fighting a bunch of jobbers is underneath Nakamura's skill level. I do not care what happened in the match. I do not care what you did or didn't do. This is beneath Nakamura. Hell, this is beneath Randy Orton. And yet you're sticking them in the same match against Jobber A and Jobber B? Give me a break. Rusev versus Nakamura. A one-on-one between those two would have been more entertaining than this tag team match. I mean, the way it ended was just very formulaic. It just was weird and stupid. It was like, okay. Let me see here. Nakamura tags in from Orton and comes in hot. He delivers a series of strikes to English and then lays him across the top rope. Nakamura then charges in and dives into a knee into the exposed underbelly. You know, the thing where he lays him on the top rope and then does that roll back and then knees him right in the stomach. So that's what I'm talking about there. And then, Nakamura sets up for Kinshasa, but Rusev tries to stop him. Orton slides in, hits RKO out of nowhere on Rusev. Nakamura hits a Kinshasa on English for a pinfall. Very simple, very formulaic, very stupid. Why 48 hours after a pay-per-view? Granted, Nakamura got no work because Jinder Durka, who was not there tonight or appearing at all. The Jinder, yeah. At least I can thank my lucky stars that bullshit didn't happen tonight. But I'm sure it's coming. I have a feeling that the tag team thing was a bigger deal. But I just, where does Nakamura go from here? What, is he going to be a mid-carder? Everything that he's going to do is going to be mid-card from here. And he's probably going to want to make his way out too. Now, there was another thing that was very interesting, and they showed Luke Harper and Eric Rowan somewhere in this dark, deep place talking about breaking bones and how they are the Bludgeon Brothers. Mwah! And that they'll be appearing soon. So, definitely a power tag team. I don't know what's going to happen with them because I heard they were being repackaged. Apparently, this is their repackaging, moving them away from the Wyatt family. But then, why the fuck do you have Eric Rowan with the sheep mask on? Just get rid of the sheep mask shit already. That is a Bray Wyatt thing, and I just, no. You know, it's really, it doesn't work for me. I mean, I like the whole hoods and leather suits and everything, but get rid of the sheep mask. That was then, this is now. I like the hammer, I like the dark suits, all that was cool. Just get rid of the sheep mask. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, your main event was your U.S. title bout, and I think that was a great match. There was a little go between Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. It was like, hey, you cheated, and Dolph Ziggler brought it up on the Titantron, how he held the trunks. And Bobby Roode was just like, well, apparently you just got out wrestled. So he's like, anytime, any place, anywhere. And he's like, if you want a rematch, how about you just stop bitching about it and let's do it right now. And Ziggler walked away. I don't know when this is going to come to its epicenter. Depends on if he resigns or if he doesn't resign or when he has to resign, whatever. But I don't know. You know, these guys, they're great athletes. I don't like this gimmick for Dolph Ziggler. I mean, at this point, why? You know, this is going to kill Dolph Ziggler's momentum. That may be the point. But for whatever reason, just off him and get it over with. I mean, anyway, yeah, like, honestly, if Nevile's walking away, I could see him as a member of the Bullet Club. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You know? Nobody wants to be a part of WWE right now because its corporate initiatives suck. They suck. The Cruiserweight division sucks. The Universal division is owned by Brock Lesnar. Sucks. The WWE title is literally owned by Jinder Mahal with some kind of initiative to keep it on him until WrestleMania. Sucks. I mean, the only thing we have to hope for are the mid-card and the tag team and the women. I'm going to be honest with every viewer here. Not that the mid-card and the tag team and the women are not important, because they are. I mean, they are a large portion of a great sandwich. But are you going to eat moldy bread with a sandwich? Fuck no. Are you going to eat a sandwich with, like, bad meat or rotted meat? No. So why are you making your top card champions dipshits and guys that don't want to fucking perform? I mean, to me, that just screams mediocrity. And you can't do that to your fans. Otherwise, you are going to lose your fans. You will. It's not an if, it's a when. And you are about to head into the biggest part of football season that there is. And you think you can weather that storm? Good luck, WWE. I wish you the best of luck. Because with your main event at TLC being the Shield versus The Miz, The Bar, And Braun Strowman? That's not a main event. That's a joke. That's an episode of Raw. And you're telling me that's your main event for TLC? No. No. That just, it sucks. And it really, truly does. Anyway, United States title, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. They start brawling, and Styles sent him to the floor. Corbin regrouped and got back into the ring, but Styles landed a series of right hands and sends us to a break. We're back, and Corbin is in control of Styles. Corbin lands a series of strikes and hits a big boot. Corbin landed a clothesline. Styles fought back with strikes and a splash in the corner and a series of kicks. Styles took out his left knee and then landed a forearm shot, which looked fucking amazing from the way he caught it. Styles sent Corbin over the announce table thanks to a baseball slide, and he was going really fucking fast when he hit that slide. Honestly, I don't even think Corbin had time to grip his bearings and slow himself down before he went over that announce table. That was sick. Back in the ring, Styles hit a backbreaker for 2, which did injure his knee. It looked like he did it because of where he hit his back to his knee. He had like 280 pounds coming down on his knee. I think it was on the Ushioshi or something like that. I forget what they called it, but it basically an Asian backbreaker. Fucking looked like it hurt Corbin just as much as it hurt him. Corbin hit a deep 6 out of nowhere. Styles sent Corbin shoulder first into the ring post, which also looked like it hurt, and locked in the calf crusher, but Corbin got out of it. Corbin with a series of right hands, but Styles fired back with the Pele kick. Styles went to the apron, but Corbin power slammed him onto the ground. Corbin hit End of Days for the win and to retain his U.S. title. Post-match, Corbin celebrated in the ring, and he cut a promo about how they can all look at the title and eat it because it's his and it's not going anywhere. Corbin says they can cry, and he will buy a boat to sail down their river of tears. Corbin stands tall with the title to close the show. Well, you know what? You can cry me a river, and I can push you off the bridge I build over it when you lose the U.S. title after you say something stupid, Corbin. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that Corbin is the U.S. champion, so that's a good thing, at least for now. I'm hoping that this does lead into a feud with him and Ty Dillinger, because Ty Dillinger should be your next U.S. champion, especially if they defend this either in an in-between kind of Sin City Smackdown sort of thing, because we've got between now and freaking Survivor Series, which is at the end of the month in November. So that's a long time. That's like 7 weeks. So, yeah, we've got a very long time until the next SmackDown pay-per-view. So, honestly, it does appear that, this is going to be interesting to see who they defend it against. It's going to be interesting to see who they choose to put it up against. But I get the feeling that this reign could be a short reign, could be a long reign. I don't know what their plans for Baron Corbin are as of yet. If I hear anything about this Neville situation, I will be bringing you up to speed on it. As soon as I get my copy of 2K18, I want to do just a personal review of the game, because I've been hearing a lot about the game and watching a lot about what can and can't be done about the game. But my biggest gripe is FPS, which means frame rate per second. Because, I've had matches where people and ladders be floating in the air. No. Okay? Because if that's a problem, and you're sitting there and sticking 8 people in the game, that's a problem. You need to have that not be a problem. Otherwise, I'm going to have a problem. But I like the Create Suite and what you can do in that. The fact that you can have entrances now tailor-made for you is awesome. And I don't mean just sticking somebody else's background with somebody else's music. I mean, you can actually record matches, take segments of matches you are in, use a freaking gorilla cam and just show different pieces of it. Or you can do like a Lita style beginning and show your face and this and that. I like that. I like those kind of features, but you got to have the match to be able to back it up. So I will bring a decent review on this game to you. So anyway, as far as your Smackdown review goes, this is Sacktown Slam. I am Gary Maloney, and I am signing off.